Welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2021 Online, powered by Twitch. Let's get to one donation real quick, and then we'll go straight into this next SpongeBob run. Skippy the Magnificent donates $700 with the comment, "Another year, another awesome SGDQ. Thanks for the great week and for supporting the awesome cause that is Doctors Without Borders. Donation goes to Host Choice." All right, as I said, without any further ado, let's get to SpongeBob's Truth or Square with Jaxler and Bubble Bass. Take it away, folks.
All right, welcome back to GDQ, everybody. This is the Truth or Square run, and this is going to be an 80% race, and we are so freaking excited to show this off to you all tonight. We'll go ahead and start with introductions. If you two want to go ahead first.
Yeah, sure. I'm Bubble Bass, more often known as Sam. I'm the current 80% record holder for this category.
And I'm Jack Lacka. I'm going to be helping out on some of the commentary. I also run Truth or Square. I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, and last and certainly least, I am Jaxler. I am your other race participant tonight. I am currently tied for second in this category and have Reki and all the others, but Sam and I are 10 seconds apart in this category. So this is going to be a really fast and wild run, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're, again, really excited to share this game with you folks. Before we actually get into the run, just explain a couple of things real quick. If you've never seen this game before, this is a 3D action platformer that was made by the legendary Heavy Iron Studios. You may know them for making some of the best 3D platformers of all time, like Battle for Bikini Bottom, SpongeBob Movie Game, and Scooby Night of 100 Frights, which was at last GDQ. This was also made by them, but this was made in a separate engine. So if you're familiar with any of the tricks in those games, this is going to be a lot different, but still just as broken as you would expect from a SpongeBob run. Additionally, we're going to be doing the run on the Xbox 360 version. That saves about a minute in loading times over Wii. That's the primary reason that you'll see us do the race on this console. But yeah, I think, unless I forgot something, I think that's everything we needed to cover before we start the race.
Good.
Yeah, so Jack, if you would do the honors of counting us off from 3, and we'll start on go.
Yeah, both of you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
I'm ready.
All right, sounds good. 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck to both of you.
All right, let's go. Good luck, dude.
Good luck, Jax.
All right, so the first thing that you're going to notice as we load into the first level, there is loading screen trivia based on the SpongeBob series. We highly recommend that you play along in chat. Some of them are pretty tricky and test your knowledge, and others are somewhat nonsensical. But do your best. It's a lot of fun to play along with. As we go into the first level, we're going to throw it off to Jack on the commentary because we're going to go for a rather precise trick in the first level.
Yeah, so in Jellyfish Fields, there's the first instance of a hammer clip. Basically, there's these enemies that have a hammer that you try and hit SpongeBob. And if you get them to a specific distance away from something like a fence right here, you can get clipped in between the hammer and the fence, ending up out of bounds. And this is going to allow us to collect a happiness object, which is like the main collectible in the game. The developers put them under... Oh, yep. Sam just got it pretty quick.
I have to reset the nip.
Yeah, when you mess it up, you kind of have to just like reset this, redo the setup. But yeah, Sam gets the happiness object. So basically, the developers kind of save on memory by loading them underneath the level, and then when you actually get to the end of the level, normally they can just like warp it there really easily, and that ends up saving on memory. But yeah, that basically, it still has the functionality of ending the level if you collect it out of bounds. So by just going around the out of bounds area, you can just end the level right there, making it really fast to shoot jellyfish.
Thank you.
I'm still working on it.
The thing about that clip also is that we have to actually use this special attack as we grab the happiness objects.
There we go.
In order to actually,
I got it.
nice.
Yo, let's go.
In order to do that, we're actually doing that because it allows us to be like out of bounds, like voiding out for longer for some reason. It's like not like that for any of the level, but that one. That's the way the trick works. It just barely works by doing that.
Yeah,
That was really close.
Yeah, it definitely took us a while to like figure out how to do this because jellyfish out of bounds was theorized for a while, and it really became a reality kind of soon after this trick was found, this was the first hammer clip that like we found in the community called Kelp Out of Bounds. This saves about 25 to 35 seconds, depending on which setup you use. But Sam's gonna basically set up right next to this rock, and if he gets hit at the right angle, the hammer bots are actually gonna clip him out right there. And he's going to basically be able to walk around this out-of-bounds section, and after a little bit of walking, he'll be able to jump back into a loading screen, or not a loading screen, but just a later part of the level next to one of the checkpoint areas. And yeah, it saves a good chunk of gameplay, allows you to avoid one of the ambushes, and yeah. That was a really fun trick to figure out, because we didn't really know if hammer clips were going to be RTA viable, but then we actually found a setup for it. And yeah, there's just been a ton more that we found in recent times, which is pretty awesome. And it actually, and it leads directly into the next trick, spin boosting. So when we entered Kelp Forest, we gained the spin ability. And one of the properties of it is if you spin against one of those enemies to the left of Sam right now, you basically clank off of it in like horizontally. But if you jump and spin directly into that enemy in the same way, also Jaxler is out of there, well done. Yeah, no, you basically transfer that horizontal momentum upward, which like allows you to gain a lot of height, more than you would normally be able to in a double jump. And after that, this leads directly into the next trick, another hammer clip that we call the Eric Andre, just based on like the "let me in" meme. And yeah, no, this one is really difficult, but Sam's gonna be going for it. It looks like.
Good luck.
And he gets through. Let's go.
Nice, good job, buddy.
Yeah, no. Basically, like when you clip through there, you can just walk over to the cutscene right here. Gonna do another spin boost. We call this section the Hannibal Burst to finish the Eric Andre show, just because it's like the second section of the area. But
yeah, one of the issues with doing the Eric Andre is that you lose your buff power. If you take a hit while you have it equipped, you lose it and you have to go get a backup. So you have to do some different strats than you normally would otherwise.
yeah.
Something you probably noticed I've been doing is I've been jumping and doing the spin attack in the air. This is what we call spin hopping. It's our fastest way of moving with the buff ability. And basically, like, the reason why it works is that when we were spinning in the air, we spin the buff ability actually like launches us forward a little bit. And actually doing that in the air like allows us to move a little bit faster. Because unlike normal, like without buff, it actually makes us slower. So it's the exact opposite. But thankfully, the buff is just very good.
Yeah, and Sam actually just got past a really like tight section there. If you go in between those like flower section, or like those flowers there, you can get like through it, no problem. But if you fall into the flower, you end up losing buff. Like it ends up taking away the ability, and that actually causes you to go slower on like the ground speed, and it causes you to have to do 3 cycles on this yellow submarine boss fight right here. Jaxler still makes it up there with the without the buff ability, but
I have to do the Hannibal Burst, even though I missed the wall flip. Had to go for it for marathon swag, but it's especially when you're nervous, as nervous as I am, it happens.
Yeah, but like it got the buff after this, so
yeah,
I'd say like that
more in the clear.
Yeah, like after that, it's like the point of no return, and then like you gotta like keep it for the rest of the run. But
I got a little swag right there.
Yeah.
So if you stand like on where the treasure spawns, how SpongeBob actually like launch you up, I guess, like, into the happiness object. You can clip it during the cutscene to save a little bit of time.
Yeah, Sam, you're playing really good right now. Good job.
Yo, let's go, Jax. Got past the flower section.
Hopefully I can catch up in Fry Cook. Yeah, I had a really clean spin boost there as well. That one is deceptively tricky because you have a bunch of enemies that you're trying to manipulate their spawn so that you can get to the spinner in the right spot.
Yeah, but like right after that, it goes into the Robo boss fight, which is like the first like major boss fight in the game. We're gonna be skipping over the second one with a trick you'll see later on, but yeah, it's pretty standard boss fight, kind of similar to the ones that you see in Battle for Bikini Bottom and SpongeBob movie. You basically just wait out Patrick's attack, hit him with the buff power up, and then just wait for a few enemies to show up. So it's nice, just kind of low-key section after all like the difficult stuff you have to do in Jellyfish and Kelp Forest, because that can be like if you're on a good pace, like, it's nice to cycle over.
Yeah. But as we're doing this boss fight, it's mostly just movement and trying to conserve the buff power-up, so if you folks got any messages you'd like to read, now would be a really great time.
I would love nothing more. Grader donates $100 with the message, "Let's go!"
Let's go.
Let's go.
Charbunny donates $50 with the comment, "Animal facts. Did you know that a jackrabbit is actually a hare? And that rabbits, hares, and pikas are not rodents, but actually lagomorphs? And that they're all adorable?"
True.
This is a solid animal fact. I give that a 9 out of 10.
Absolutely. And one more. Shamey donates $7.11 with the comment, "Donation from Chance and Amy for our first wedding anniversary. Our first dates were playing Super Mario World 3 at school after teaching for the day. Love watching SGDQ during our summer break."
What phase are you in right now, Dan?
I just finished up the fight.
Okay, cool. So I'm like a phase and a half behind, so I am a bit behind. So even though like I had some trouble on some of the skips, this is still like a reasonably close race, especially because of the next level that Sam is going to be starting up soon called Fry Cook. To note, this is normally a level that we have a way of skipping in any percent. But because of marathon safety and just because it's a really freaking cool level in the speedrun, we're actually going to be doing a route diversion to go into Fry Cook. It'll lose us about a minute, but with how tricky some of the others like strats you have to do to skip it are, not really worth it.
And we're gonna hear the best line in the game: "Jiggle me handles."
Yeah.
Can't miss out on that.
Yeah, you'll actually notice that Mr. Krabs is not portrayed by his voice actor in this game like he is in the normal show. And I think they just didn't have the budget to hire him. Like, that's actually, like, the reason why. Bow for Bikini Bottom, I think, might be the same way as well. So they got alternate voice actors to play them. But even besides that, that line is really funny. So do you want to go into Fry Cook a little bit, Jack? I'm about to make my way.
Yeah, so like basically this level is kind of split up into a few different sections, and in between there's these kind of auto scroller sections on the just like the bus. You want to make sure that you don't get hit, because if you're on a bad cycle, it's really easy to get hit by the steam, and you can pretty easily lose a life, especially right here. There's a little bit of a like instance of luck with this big spinning enemy. If it's in the way, you have to kill it before you can actually hit the cannon. Oh yeah, and we just got a cannon ability. We don't really use it too much in this run, but you know, it's pretty.
Too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Fry Cooking is like notorious for that slow load. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, very randomly, the game can just take an extra like 10 seconds to load on that screen. I didn't hear Sam complain about it.
Too.
Yeah, it can happen on several levels.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, so I'm a little more behind, but it's okay. But you know, having a lot of fun here. But I think Sam's coming up on the Gauntlet now, so yeah, go ahead and...
Yeah, the Gauntlet is basically like just like 3 tricks in this level back to back that just deal with like very tight jumps that you gotta do. This first one, like right here, is just kind of like it's just gonna be a little bit of a cutscene skip. You can like jump around this cutscene trigger by going around this bridge like Sam just did. And this leads directly into propeller jump. There's these propellers that are kind of like, you know, floating in midair, and there's a really small area on. Yo, let's go spinless.
Hey, let's go, dude. Nice.
No, that's like that's a tough one, especially because it's a lot easier to just kind of spin over there just to make sure that you get it. But getting it spinless saves a bit of time, and it looks a lot cooler.
Yeah, because spinning without buff is like makes you go slower for some reason.
Yeah, and then right after that, it leads into tub skip. This is like another cutscene skip that saves about 7 seconds. You can like jump into this rock that doesn't have collision, jump around a cutscene, go over here, jump onto the, you know, the grass, and just continue on. And then there's this one like invisible wall right here where the bus is, and you can barely make it over by going onto this lamp post, and then just doing a double jump spin over. That was a really solid Gauntlet.
Yeah, Sam's playing really good. I'll be going into the Gauntlet here momentarily, so if you missed any of that, you'll get to see it again.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, one of the things that we also do as we go into the Gauntlet is we jump around the right side of the pier. There's a bit of a cutscene that locks you in place at the start. So you're gonna see me jump around the right side over here, just like that. And now's my turn for the Gauntlet. So
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, you can do a little thing that I call HUD jump. Like basically,
let's go.
Oh, that was a really good
That was so
Let's
clean.
go.
So
Let's go,
one of the
Jax.
one of the things with those like spinny dots is you move along with the rotation of them. So if you angle yourself right, you can get a ton of extra speed off of them. So that's what I went for. So.
Ooh, going for a little bit of a paddle boost, Sam. That was
You
clean.
can get a big paddle boost, but I got a little bit.
Yeah.
It's always weird there because it just like completely messes up your camera like every
Yeah, the
time.
camera just gets all janky when the bridge comes up.
Oh, I hate the cutscene. It's still
Yeah,
alive,
and-
you know.
Oh, going for it.
A little
Oh,
early.
Got it.
yeah. You can actually hit like the cannon off like the wrong side of that like this like wedge right here. If you like time it
Ooh,
right.
there we go.
Got the second one. Let's go.
Yeah, the first one is like actually impossible. You can like get it and the hit won't register sometimes, even if you do it right. Alright, I'm out of the Gauntlet. Cool.
Yo, let's go. That was also really clean, Jax. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I'll take it. For
Yeah.
how bad my early game was.
All
Take
good.
those.
Yeah, no, it's also kind of funny with the happiness object at the end. You may have like noticed that Sam just kind of like paused a bit there rather than standing on the bus. If you stand where it like spawns in, you literally get clipped into the bus, which is a little unfortunate. But
Yeah, you can get stuck inside the bus and then have to restart the whole level or run.
yeah. Yeah, no, and then right after this, it leads into Santa. This is like going to be another instance of us going out of bounds to collect the happiness object. Unlike Jellyfish, we don't have to do it with a hammer clip, luckily. Oh, that was a really good paddle wheel boost. Let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, basically if you just jump onto these ice blocks right here, go onto these, I don't really know what those are, but
They're thick vents, I guess.
yeah, you can just like clip out of the wall there because it just doesn't have collision. And if you just maneuver on the like outside of the level, you can just maneuver back to the beginning, just jump onto the ground, and get the clarinet, and that's it. Yeah, Santa's such a it's such a cool looking level, just like kind of because you can barely tell what's going on with the
Yeah.
Yeah, most movement there is blind.
yeah. It's like a 33-second IL. It's great.
Yeah. And speaking of short ILs, Sam is going to be going into Murmulair next, and yeah, don't blink because Murmulair goes by very fast.
You're gonna be seeing it a lot, so you get multiple chances to.
Yeah, you'll get multiple
explore.
chances to see it from both of us.
Hey everybody, I think I'm beginning to remember where the
I'll be handing
formula
him to
is.
What I'm
Santa.
gonna be doing here is like, while during this load, I'm gonna be holding up on the control stick to buffer a up input, so I can be facing behind where you spawn in, because there's gonna be a neat little trick that we do to make this level very fast.
Yeah, no, this one's like easily the shortest IL in the game. So basically, Sam's just gonna jump up here, and similar to Santa, just jump in here. But instead of getting the happiness object, the developers literally just put a trigger in there to end the level.
Yeah. Very easily accessible end level trigger.
Oh, Jax is out of bounds in Santa. Looking like some solid movement. Yeah, it's always. I feel like everyone just tries to like look for where the box is.
Got
It's like a
spinless, let's go,
visual
me.
cue. That was really good. Let's
So
go.
one of the things we didn't mention about movement in this game is that spinning without the buff power up slows you down. So I went for a spinless variant there to try to make up some time on Sam here.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You can explain LSG.
Yeah.
Either
So this
Jax-
is like the trick that makes standing percent run so short. You're gonna, Sam, you're already kind of on it, and you'll kind of see it once the effects of this glitch once Sam gets back to the hub world after the second Murmulair lap. But level progression in this game works in a very interesting way. The way it works internally in the game's code is it's just a flat integer number stored in the game's memory. And so that number is associated with the total number of levels that you have completed. So I beat the first level, that count is 1. If I haven't beaten any, that's 0. And so normally the way that you update that counter is by getting the happiness object from the end of each level. And in casual play, if you like were to go back to that area, you wouldn't be able to pick it up again to prevent upping that counter more than once. But this trigger that we're jumping into, the skip Murmulair, is always active, and it always increments the level counter. So what we can do is do this trick over and over to go out of bounds, and increment the level counter repeatedly. And what this has the effect of doing is, again, that level counter determines story progress in the hub. So every time we do it, the game thinks that we've completed another additional level, even though we're basically only just doing Murmulair over and over again.
Yeah.
So with this skip, we can basically skip half of the game. So we don't see the Robo Squidward boss fight, we don't see 24 Hours at the Krusty Krab, and we don't see Karate Island, which are some of the longest levels in some of the more extended categories of this game, like 100% and some of the other like completionist type stuff. So we're going to be kind of looping through this here. Our goal here is to try to just make sure we get up the rock as quickly as possible. Even though we're like looping through this, we're still trying to concentrate to make sure that we get through these loops as quickly as we can. And then we've got the final boss. We still have to beat the final boss. It doesn't count if we just unlock it in the level select menu. We actually have to go and reach the credits in order to complete an 100% run. But as we're looping through this, and as Sam is kind of making his way through the last couple, this would be another really great opportunity for some donations if you got any.
You folks have it. Zach in the chat donates $10 with the comment, "My brother Tarthar's birthday is today. This is his favorite speed game. Can Bubble Bass give him a happy birthday? Also, good luck to the runners."
Happy birthday, Tarthar.
Yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday from all of us.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you for
all the
donating.
gang.
Drunkle Titus donates $15 with the comment, "Sup, Jax, your favorite normie speedrunner here. Good luck to both runners on this incredible race, and shout out to SRROC gang."
Thank you so much, dude. One of my buddies from school, who's also a speedrunner friend of mine. You can keep going.
Alrighty, Corundum Core donates $50 with the message, "Hey Jax, Ruby here. So incredibly happy for you that you've made it to the main event. Best of luck to both you and Sam. Shout out to Speedruns Rochester."
Woo! Thank you, Ruby.
Thank you as well.
Got time for a couple more?
Yeah, go for it.
The formula is...
Jooms donates $10 with the message, "Hi GDQ. Always love seeing my favorite games get destroyed by epic gamers, and Truth or Square is no exception. Good luck to both runners, and shout outs to the legendary DaKid Smith. Also, hey Sam, Knife, lots of love."
Thanks, Jums. Hey, Apple.
And one last one, Chronos Dawnlight TG donates $25 with the message, "Good luckies for Jax."
Thank you, Kronos. Kronos is one of my homies from the stream.
Yeah, so I'm in the final boss now. I've doing Murmulair 5 times. I've made my way to the final boss here.
Yeah. So the order of where the NPCs spawn in the hub world corresponds to that story progress counter. So we just talked to Patrick, and the game just thinks we've done all those like Act 2 and 3 levels. It's really quite incredible, and it makes this like kind of a like really easy game to get into. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Who wants to tackle the boss? I guess. Oh, I'm going in too. Oh, this is actually pretty close. Wait, what the heck? I just hopped in, so I think we're only like
About a
40
minute
seconds
over.
apart.
Yeah, like 40 seconds. I think it's around 40 seconds.
I don't know how I caught up, but that's it.
Go.
Yeah,
Yeah, so...
Go for it.
No, go ahead.
No, you guys it.
You got it.
Oh, okay, I got it then. So this boss fight is split up into 2 primary phases. We've got these rooftop run segments, and we've got these core phases where we're going to actually go inside the boss fight, or boss itself, and deal damage. Now, similar to like the stuff that you saw in the first boss, Robo Patrick, as well as Kelp Forest, power-up conservation is crucial in this level. We're going to be getting a buff power-up as we enter the first core phase, and try to keep it throughout the majority of the boss fight. There are backup power-ups that we can get, but you have to go pretty out of your way to get them in each core phase. So that's going to be like something that like really determines how fast we go, even though kind of these rooftop halves are a little more on the auto scroller side. So I'm lining up to get into Robo Plankton here for the first phase, and I think you're pretty much almost done with the first core.
Yeah, I finished first phase, but I did lose buff, so...
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
so something weird can happen in the cutscene. So there's a cutscene where like the camera pans back, and you're invincible, but the game can nab your buff power up here. So assuming that I don't lose my buff power up here, I might actually be able to catch up a little bit of time here. Because not only do you lose spin hopping potential, you also don't have the double damage against the robots that spawn in during the rooftop. And you have to get the backup, so it can be a little bit punishing sometimes. But we'll see how my core phase goes.
Yeah, like it's definitely easy to just kind of like make a mistake like that in the run, especially if like all the enemies are kind of in a unfavorable spot and they just kind of like, you know, like they're all in the same area. But yeah, no, there are like backups that you can get for the buff power up inside the core, which is, you know, good. It's just unfortunate on like the rooftop run section that you know you might not have until phase 3.
Yeah, and if we're not buffed, you might see Sam use some of the cannon shot. The cannon shot is something that we see a bit more in the extended categories, like no level skip glitch, which bans the monoware thing you saw, as well as like 100%. Like the cannon shot ability has a really stinking high rate of fire, so if you don't have buff, that's actually a pretty good single target damage tool.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately, in the actual 80% route we don't have that ability.
Yeah.
We actually skip getting it.
Yeah, so we kind of didn't really mention the whole route thing. You can actually, the glitch that we use in Murmelair can also be done in Santa and Jellyfish Fields, which was the first level. So in more standard 80% routes, what we actually do is we go back to Jellyfish Fields, or JF, and we do the glitch again twice in order to increment the level counter so that we can get past Fry Cook. But Fry Cook is way too cool not to show off, so... And it's also... You saw how much trouble I was having with it. It's a very heavy reset point.
Yeah, sometimes the game will not equip you at all, no matter what.
Yeah. So because I have the buff power up going into phase 2 of the core, I can actually immediately turn around and hit this first generator here, and not have to worry about getting the backup in this phase, which is going to save me a little bit of time here. But yeah, this is pretty much all just like fundamentals movement. Are you good at avoiding the enemies? Have you mastered spin hopping? It's a really, really fun little test of your skills right in the end game. You're gonna see me lose my buff power up. That's actually not a big deal. We do get a backup in the rooftop phase here. So we're gonna be moving on towards the last phase here, and we're already coming up on the end of the run. For everyone who tuned in tonight to catch this, thank you so much.
Yeah, big shout outs.
Our community's really small and tight knit, so we are really grateful for any little bit of visibility that our community gets. Shout out, we'll say this again after we call time, but shout outs to the whole community for this game. Everyone is so friendly and welcoming, and we have like a whole Discord group dedicated just to this game, and the PSP version and DS version as well. Those runners are also in the Discord as well. So if you had those versions...
Time is coming up for me, by the way. I want to mention that.
It's on the final hit.
Alright, that's time right there.
Nice.
I was a little late in the... Yeah.
GG's, dude.
Jax.
I got one more phase, and then I'll be coming up on time. So, yeah, that was still a really close race, even though I kind of fumbled the opening a bit there.
Yeah, you kind of caught up to me a little bit after Murmelair there.
Yeah, 25 is a really solid marathon time. Well done, Sam.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll be going into the final course phase for me. One thing I don't think we had time to mention is that on the 360 version, you lose your buff power-up regardless of what you do. We don't really know why, but it doesn't happen on the Wii version. It's really weird. So I do have to go grab this backup power-up. But yeah, I got 3 more generators, and time will be coming up for me soon, so get ready on time for me.
Yeah, it's basically when like the big like white cloud appears after hitting the course. It's like a little explosion. We do time
Like
on
blue
that.
and white.
Let's see it, Jax.
Get ready. Time.
Let's go.
GG.
GG's, dude. That was a pretty close race, considering how bad my opening was.
Yeah, great job to both of you. Those were really great runs.
Yeah. Nothing to be ashamed of
Go to
there.
the comms too, Jack.
Yeah.
Go to the comms, if you will.
Big shout outs to Jack for carrying us on the mic. So
I got you.
yeah, as we're heading into the credits here, we'll do kind of some shoutouts and some things as well. I mentioned the Discord for this game. You can find that on the speedrun.com page. Additionally, we just made a new tutorial for this game. I didn't really get the chance to kind of go into depth about it, but this game is like the perfect, like there is like no greater example of like the perfect beginner speed game. It's really easy to get into. It's really cheap to kind of find a copy. It's on Wii and Xbox 360, which are pretty common consoles to have. And it's actually not that hard of a run to get into. A lot of the strats that we go for are really risky, really tough. But there's a full tutorial for the any percent run that you just saw us do on my YouTube channel. So if you look up Jaxler on YouTube, I think that's just my YouTube URL. It's the most recent thing we uploaded up there, and it goes over every single trick and every single level in depth. So if you saw this run and you want to give it a try yourself, it's a lot of fun. The community is really nice and welcoming. Take a look at that if you're interested. I'm gonna throw it back over to Sam if you want to give your shoutouts next.
Yeah, I'll give some shoutouts. Obviously, got to shout out Jaxler for the race. It was really fun. I'm glad having you on here. And also, another shout out for Jax for teaching me this game at SGDQ 2019 in the casual room. That's some little background info. Also, shout out to Jack for the excellent commentary. And also, Jack was one of my mentors for this game. He helped me improve my gameplay and get me where I am today. So big shout outs.
Oh, no problem. Awesome. Been awesome to see both of you guys just excel at this game.
Yeah. And also, shout out to the squadron. If you know, you know. Also, shout out to the Pacific Ocean. Some homies there. Shout out to Actual Chatter Teeth. He's like one of my best online friends that I've met. Really nice guy.
Yeah, big shout outs to Chatter.
Yeah, very nice guy. Also, shout out to my brother Cowman, who's also a speedrunner. And he's been like another motivator of mine.
Yeah, he's the homie.
He's very nice.
He runs Drake of 99 Dragons for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But we'll get him help eventually.
That fan favorite.
Jack, if you want to go ahead on shoutouts, real quick.
Yeah, I just say same here. Just shout outs to the Truth or Square community. You guys are just fantastic people. Shout outs to my brother. Always.
Let's go, Pat.
always motivating me to continue the speed runs and stuff, and just thank you to everyone. It's been great being here.
Yeah, and one more quick one for me. Shoutouts to Tedious. I love you. I didn't forget you this time. But that's pretty much all that we've got. So if you're interested in checking out more runs, go follow us on Twitch. It should be linked somewhere on the stream layout. Additionally, you can also follow the directory for this game on Twitch. So if you want to catch some of the other runners that are a part of our community, you can find them there as well. That's all the time we've got. Thank you again so much to GDQ for the platform and for letting us showcase this game. It means a whole heck and ton of a lot to us. So, all right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody. Peace out.
Thanks, guys.